I want to add to it that in addition to this being about power and about intimidation, which is clear throughout everything we've seen today, but it was also about in this situation where we had a leaked memo that was very clear, the exact words of the Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Dick Durbin, the words were specific, that Miguel Estrada was dangerous because he is Latino.
Yep.
That was the word in the memo. That's the exact phrase, the exact quote in the memo.
Chip Roy just dropped the hammer on Senator Dick Durbin over his past statement about Miguel Estrada. You won't believe what he said on record. This is about power, intimidation, and silencing conservatives. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have an absolutely wild moment from Congress, one that exposes the deep hypocrisy at play. Chip Roy just put Senator Dick Durbin on full blast over what seems to look like a racist comment. A leaked memo revealed that Democrats in the Senate Judiciary Committee at the time saw Estrada as dangerous, not because of his qualifications, not because of his rulings, but because he was Latino. Let's dive in.
Ranking member, and I appreciate the gentleman from Utah. I would say that I associate myself with remarks from the gentleman from Ohio as a point that I was going to make. I want to add to it that in addition to this being about power and about intimidation, which is clear throughout everything we've seen today, I want to pick up on something that one of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle, when she pushed back and said, oh, this isn't about opposing a black justice. No, she's right. It was about opposing a black conservative justice. That's what it was about. It was about opposing Janice Rogers Brown when that was politically expedient for my colleagues on the other side of the aisle 19 years ago. But it was also about in this situation where we had a leaked memo that was very clear, the exact words of the Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Dick Durbin, the words were specific, that Miguel Estrada was dangerous because he is Latino.
Yep.
That was the word in the memo. That's the exact phrase, the exact quote in the memo. We know it. I was on the Senate Judiciary. I knew it. I was a staffer. We knew exactly what happened. But yet, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, Democrats at the time, they wanted to sweep that aside. They don't want to talk about that leak, right? I mean, all they wanted to talk about then was that being a leak and that we couldn't talk about the substance of the leak.
The gentleman yield?
That was it. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish my point to say that is what is so clear, that it is about race and it is about not having an Hispanic conservative like Miguel Estrada on the court, and they went to, and no lengths were too much to take down Miguel Estrada and try to ruin his career, ruin his life, and now they want to target Justice Thomas and Ginny Thomas, two of the greatest Americans that I know. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Who seeks recognition? In that case,
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Fishbach.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Fishbach.
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair. I move to strike the last word, and I would yield my time to ranking member. Would yield my time to ranking member Jordan.
I thank the gentlelady for yielding. I would yield to the gentleman from Arizona, Ms. Fishbach, I would ask you to yield to the gentleman from Arizona, if you would, please.
Thank you. And Mr. Chair, I would yield to the gentleman from Arizona.
I thank the gentlelady for yielding. How dangerous has this committee become?
At this point, you have to ask, who actually cares about representation? Who actually cares about diversity? Because if Democrats truly cared, wouldn't they have celebrated Miguel Estrada's nomination? Wouldn't they have stood behind Clarence Thomas? Instead, they block, smear, and destroy conservative minorities while claiming to champion diversity. It's not about race, it's about ideology. And Chip Roy just made that painfully clear. This is why moments like this matter. This is why we have to keep exposing these double standards. Chip Roy didn't just call out Dick Durbin, he called out the entire game. And now the question is, will people pay attention? If you made it this far, say something nice about Chip Roy in the comments to show you're awake to what's happening. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more uncensored truth. I'll see you in the next one. Stay informed, stay vocal, and most importantly, stay free.